And it was an overcast day, and the water was really calm, and the ice floes were going by. And in that silence, the clouds opened, and the light came. Right on that glacier. And all the people said a collective prayer. Wow. Wow. Take that moment and tuck it into a pocket in your heart. Because when we need a higher thought, that thought of that perfect glacier showing off for all of us in the high north, it's an amazing thing. And then I had another thought. Is this any more wonderful than looking out my kitchen window at Boney Mountain when the clouds start to rise and my orioles that are in my yard making nests, that they're there in my yard? That too is so spectacular. It's amazing, the shift. Bring it home, far away and yet right here, right now. Something wonderful is happening. Flying home, you have to fly from Fairbanks to Anchorage, change planes, 3-hour wait, and the flight leaves Anchorage at midnight. And you fly all night long. You land at 6 a.m. So getting on the plane, it's another experience. Because now I've been on several trains, and I've been on the ship, and I've been on the boats, and I've been in the whales and the bears, and now I'm coming home. And the plane is packed, and the seat is very uncomfortable, and no affirmation is going to make that seat better. Let's just be truthful. And as we're taking off down the runway, the pilot takes all the lights down. And someone, 1 row back and 2 over, turns on that reading light, and it's like a flashlight right in this eyeball. And as we're barreling down, the babies start to cry. First the one in back of me, kicking the seat and wailing. And then another little one here, and another little one. The 3 of them so unhappy. So I do what we do. I'm going to take this to prayer. But not for the children, but first for myself. Because we had just heard the emergency instructions that when the oxygen mask comes down, put it on your own face first before you put it on your child. It's the same for prayers coming home on Tuesday night late. So for myself, sitting in that seat and whispering to myself a higher thought, that even though the seat is uncomfortable, I can still rest and relax. And so as I sit back in, just like we did in meditation, well, no, it's not like that because my feet weren't touching the ground. But I did sit back and my feet were dangling. But I was thinking and saying and praying within my own heart. I now rest sweetly, breathe deeply, undisturbed and unperturbed. And I allowed that to just come through and let that be the truth in the moment of the soul of my being. And whether the flight is 5 hours or 15 hours, if I can keep myself in that thought, you know what? I'm breathing more deeply and I'm more relaxed. And then it's time to change and give a little prayer work little sacred love to these children. So I started with Yoo-hoo in back of me. And just started the prayer for the children. The light of God surrounds you and fills you with peace and comfort. This night you will rest deeply. You'll awaken refreshed. You'll be at peace, and so will your mama. We're all in this beautiful ship together. All is well. The light of God surrounds you. As I repeated that, it was amazing how everything started to get a little more quiet. And then it was quiet. But that light never did go off. That light was still on. And then it was time to wake up. Then it was time to, they turned on the lights, we're landing. I looked at my watch. I found out later, on my Fitbit, it tells me how long I slept. 1 hour and 40 minutes. That was pretty good. Once we landed and, unbuckled and stood up, and I turned to look over my seat to see who my little companion was in back of me. It was a little 2-year-old, curly hair like my little baby Nyla niece. And I looked over at her, she looked at me and she said, "Hi." Hi. It's a new day. Whatever happened a few hours ago has nothing to do with me in this moment. I'm expecting a great day. And that child gave me such a gift, an affirmation, a prayer right back to me. So wherever we are, whatever runway you're on, whatever you're skidding into or climbing out of, whether you're going to Albertsons, and you're moving along the aisles and it's really crowded. Oh, there's an order and a love here at work. I'm so happy to be alive. And we take that thought, asking moment by moment, is this a productive thought, a helpful thought, a loving thought, a peaceful thought, a joyful thought? How can I give it an upgrade? And then reflect, and then remember, and then repeat. Think on these things. Whatever your altitude, think on these things. Something good is happening. Think on what is good, pure, holy, worthy of good report. And then when you go on your cruise, when you come back and they ask you to fill out the survey that takes a long time, they're looking for a good report. How can you do a good report if you don't take notes along the way of the people that were so amazing in helping you have a wonderful time? And then take your time giving that good report. Because we're responsible for giving the good report that others will reflect on. Give someone a good report today. And so as we move through the rest of this service, the rest of this day, we step into a new week. We are renewed at depth from being together. The music has revitalized. Hopefully the message has spurred something. I can change my situation by changing the way I think about it. Comfort a baby with prayer. Look for the good and the holy. Name it, claim it, live it. Practice your unity principles. Love you. Thank you. Amen.